Hi, my name is Ricky Underwood, and today I will be talking about longevity and how people are attempting to live longer. I should first start by explaining what longevity means. In this video, I will be using longevity to describe the process of expanding one's lifespan, and in some cases, de-aging. The first thing I want to talk about is the culture surrounding de-aging. This is fundamentally different than simply trying to live longer. In this case, people are actively trying to turn back the biological clock. One of the main characters in this space you may have heard of is tech billionaire Brian Johnson. In May of 2023, Brian Johnson facilitated what is accepted as the first transgenerational plasma swap. He, his 17-year-old son, and his father swapped blood plasma in order to restore their youth. This is part of Johnson's Blueprint project, where he has invested millions of dollars in order to create an anti-aging protocol. Of the time of this writing, Brian Johnson claims in a tweet that no benefits were detected from the procedure. The process of blood transfusions, specifically young blood transfusions, is a fairly popular procedure with little scientific validity. Another popular anti-aging procedure is even more weird. Sandra Bullock is vocal about a certain facial procedure where cells of newborn foreskin are injected into the face with the aim to regain facial youth. Now we can say all we want about the weirdness and strangeness of these procedures, but are they really working? Well, not really. At least not for the vast majority of Americans. In 2021, Americans spent more than $151 billion on vitamins and supplements, but statistics show that those who take supplements don't live as long as those who don't. It's clear to see that modern medicine has expanded the average lifespan, but currently in America, the average lifespan is actually decreasing. If our current approach to longevity isn't working, what actually is? This is where we introduce our second longevity strategy, and the people using it aren't even conscious of what they're doing. Blue zones are characterized by their exceptionally long lifespans of their inhabitants, who consistently reach ages of over 100 years old. There are currently 5 places labeled as blue zones: Icaria, Greece; Sardinia, Italy; Okinawa, Japan; Nicoya Peninsula, Costa Rica; and Loma Linda, California. These communities are heavily influenced by their environment, and they have deep-rooted cultural traditions that facilitate their long lifespans. A common theme among them is a reliance on cultural adaptations to the environment. They are all detached from the conditions created by the Industrial Revolution, as there are small communities in relatively remote areas of the world. Let's dive into one of these communities. The first blue zone that was actually recognized, Sardinia, Italy. In Sardinia, the rate of centenarians produced is 10 times higher than the United States, and only 19% of individuals over the age of 90 suffer from any sort of dementia, compared to 33% here in the States. So what are they doing right? Sardinia is a relatively isolated island on the Italian Mediterranean coast, characterized by its hilly and rough terrain. This environment has instilled 2 big cultural attributes: community and exercise. Village elders must walk uphill constantly, so their natural movement keeps their bodies mobile. The island's isolation instills tight-knit communities and strong family ties. Elders are seen as heroes on the island, and it's the family's duty to take care of them. The Sardinian diet, though at first glance seems unhealthy, its bread, pasta, and wine is actually one of their secrets to their health. Almost all their food comes from their local land, including their wine. Another factor in their longevity is lack of stress and overall life satisfaction. The small communities and strong social ties ensure that no one is lonely, and friendship is emphasized in the culture. Sardinians are often characterized by their laughter and sense of humor, another de-stressing exercise. One of the most interesting things about Sardinia and other blue zones is that they are not actively trying to live longer, they just are. This calls into question the American approach. If people in blue zones are living longer by simply living, and we are actively trying to live longer and failing, what can we learn from them? Dan Buettner, a National Geographic explorer and author, made it his life's work to discover the secrets of these blue zones and offer their wisdom and longevity for good. In 2009, Buettner introduced the Vitality Project, in which he helped transform a rural town in Minnesota to fit the environment and criteria of a blue zone. The initial goal was to raise the life expectancy of residents by 2 years, but in just 1 year, it was raised to 3.1. Since this project, other cities have adapted this style and cultivated the Blue Zone culture, with positive effects. The country of Singapore has even adopted this culture, and is now among the longest living populations in the world. So now I'll leave it to you. What seems like a better strategy? Is there a scenario where both modern medicine and science, as well as cultural shifts, can increase our life expectancy? What does the longevity of Blue Zones say about our current economic and social conditions in America? Thank you.